puzzle canals. Why is it not letting me go down? Go. What's in here? Okay, what's fighting me? Ah, good old rats. Rat meat ain't worth much of anything. As long as I don't talk to them, they're fine. Don't want to tell me anything. What's this? Library of Vivek. Those quarters, cannon offices. Fane's Den, this way.
What do you think of our city, Outlander?
Okay. Well, that was easy. Thank you for coming. You know the temple's doctrine on the Nerevarine. Perhaps it is time to change that doctrine. It is most unfortunate that you have killed more of the temple's faithful ordinators. It is not that you are unprovoked. But the fact that you didn't make more of an effort to spare the lives of these earnest, innocent servants of the temple, that disturbs us. Surely it is within your power to avoid them, or avoid killing them. What do you have to say to that? I forgot that they get angry if I talk to them while wearing the armor. I bet and be better in the future. You've said all the right things, and yet I do not feel I can trust you. You're the one they call the Nerevarine. You're a heretic, and all who support you are heretics. You may think Imperial law protects heretics, and you may be right, but some of the temple faithful care. So neither of the two options really does anything by itself. Always gotta throw money at people. Thank you. I know these are just words, and it's naive to trust words, but I feel it is time to risk trusting one another. I believe we are ready to discuss changing the Temple's doctrine concerning the Nerevarine prophecies and your claim to them. The Temple must protect the people from false doctrines, and your association with Imperial intelligence makes your motivations and integrity suspect. But you've been chosen Hortator and Nerevarine by the Dunmer people, and we have reached a crisis with Duggathor. We can no longer defend the people against the awakened Sixth House. You and your prophecies may represent our last hope. Our situation is desperate, but I would rather have you hear the details of our situation and the circumstances leading up to that situation from Lord Livik himself. He has asked to see you. Would you agree to a private meeting with him and hear in person what he has to say? Good. Here are 2 keys. One to the private back entrance to my quarters, the other to a locked entrance to Lord Vivik's palace. I regret that, at present, the Ordinators are not completely under my control. So for now, I'll ask you to avoid confrontations with them. Lord Vivek is expecting you. His lordship is remarkably patient, but perhaps it would be better not to keep him waiting. The Palace of Vivek is the abode of the mortal form of the god-hero Lord Vivek, the warrior poet of the 3 deities who comprise Sivi, the divine patrons of the Tribunal Temple. Only the most devout... It's acceptable. The hand's a little cursed, but it's acceptable. Oh, those are very long nails. Good lord. It looks like the dog is checking out its nail polish. Beneath the Palace of Vivek is a puzzle canal. A place of worship and testing for questing hares hoping to receive Vivek's favor. Many choice treasures are guarded by Daedric servants in the puzzle canal's dark passages. So, oh, is this the back door?
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Wait, which one's the back door?
I can tell.
sell anything fun? Oh, you would buy that? Huh. I mean, you can't afford it, but... You don't really sell anything I care about, but let's see if we can sell you anything. Take this? I mean, you could, but... That I'm willing to sell to you. I'll buy back... The only time I've ever really worn nail polish was at a summer camp in, like, middle school? Then again, it's less typical for me to wear nail polish than you, so... Spells... You won't talk to me because I'm too low rank. And this would be with the temple. No talking to ordinators. Try to talk to them, they yell at me. Canal is the other way. You didn't see that. Nope, didn't happen. Being able to see in the damn dark is extremely useful. Hi. I've got a bad feeling about this. Expected you. We have business, you and I. When I was young like you, I was very impatient, so I'll keep our business short. Then, later, there may be time for other things. First, I propose to remove my curse upon the Nerevarine, end the persecution of the dissonant priests, and proclaim to all Morrowind that Archon Shade is the incarnate in the Nerevarine, the prophesied savior of Morrowind, and the last hope to withstand the menace of Dagath-Ur in the Sixth House. These things I will do, whether you wish or not. Next, I propose to surrender to you the power and responsibility of defeating Dagath-Ur. You may choose to refuse. I will not compel you. You will receive the power as a gift, in the form of an artifact called Wraithguard. You may accept the gift, then do with it as you will. You'll receive the responsibility as an oath. You may give your oath, then keep it or break it as you like. First, will you accept Wraithguard as a gift? I want to say yes. Yeah, sure, give it to me. Good. Sensible of you. And now, you'll give your oath. Before all gods and men. Before all spirits visible and invisible. Before my honor and your honor. To dedicate yourself and Wraithguard to the defeat and destruction of Dagath-Ur. And the preservation of Morrowind and its people? Sure. Not very sensible. But very good. I was hoping for someone who would have no hesitations about making such an oath. Now that brief, momentary sensation of time passing. Don't be alarmed. You're being taken out of time in order to avoid the unexpected experience of learning how to use Wraithguard. It will be over before... There's a brief sensation of motion in total darkness, floating, but without the sense of weight or destruction. You know it. Now, I will notify the temple that you are our champion. There shall be no more persecution of the dissident priests, and I hope both sides shall swiftly be reconciled. We have time for questions, if you like, or you may leave, as you wish. But I think there are at least two things you ought to know before you leave. How to use Wraithguard, and how to defeat Dagath-Ur. To defeat Dagath-Ur, go to Red Mountain to recover the artifact Hammer Sunder from Gate Citadel Veminal. Then recover the artifact Blade Keening from Gate Citadel Odrasol. Then proceed with Wraithguard, Sunder, and Keening to the Citadel of Dagath-Ur. Within the Citadel, find the Heart of Lorkhan. Use the 3 artifacts to sever Dagath-Ur's connection to the heart, and he'll be destroyed, and the blight ended on Morrowind. So I'm gonna be honest, that face looks like the dog is not a fan of that makeup, of that nail polish. To destroy the Dagath-Ur, you must sever his connection with the Heart of Lorkhan. To do this, strike the heart with the artifact Hammer Sunder once, then strike the heart more than once with the artifact Blade Keening. You must wear Wraithguard, because you cannot handle either Sunder or Keening unless you are wearing Wraithguard. That is a short, simple explanation. Here is the long, detailed explanation written down for your convenience. Read it, study it, commit it to memory. You need to know, where is Dagath-Ur? What are Dagath-Ur's plans? Who are Dagath-Ur's servants? Who is Dagath-Ur? What are Dagath-Ur's powers? What is known about Dagath-Ur's defenses? How can I prepare for battle against Dagath-Ur? Who can help? Dagath-Ur has never ventured out of the Heart Chamber, the place under Red Mountain where the heart of Lorkhan lies. It is there, or nearby, that he is constructing a new god, Ukula Khan, also known as Second Numidium. We know nothing for sure, but we have learned much from interrogating 6th cultists and victims of dream compulsions, and from our study of Dagath-Ur's actions. The Temple scholars and inquisitors prepared a document, Dagathor's plans, that summarizes what we know or suspect. Take this copy. It's also available in my library. I want your trust and willing cooperation. So I've had the priests make copies of a number of documents. They're here for you to read or take with you. Take a look at them. Help it yourself. Chief among his servants are his 7 brothers, the Ash Vampires, powerful heartweights and cunning sorcerers of old. These creatures appear to die, but always are revived at the heart. Somehow Dagathor has conferred some portion of his immortality on them. Or perhaps they sustained themselves through more conventional sorcery. He is able to send his mind to the dreams of susceptible victims across vast distances. The victims are either swayed by his compulsions or driven mad. He always seems nearly invulnerable to physical and magical harm. His flesh, and the flesh of his followers, evolves towards a mutable magical form. Dagathor and the higher ranks can control the distorted manifestations of their flesh. Lower ranks lose control of their bodies and become mindless corpus monsters. Is that powers? And so is powers. Confer with the Ordinators and Buoyant Armigers garrisoning Ghostgate for the latest information about the defenses of the citadels of Dagathor and his heavyweight kin. Might be a slight problem. Prepare for war. Beyond the Ghost Fence, there are no safe places, no allies. Stockpile resources. Plan for retreat and replenishment. Quest for artifacts and power. Ordinators and Buoyant Armigers stationed at Ghostgate have the most practical knowledge of the nightmare world inside the Ghost Fence. Seek them in my name for counsel and aid.